I'm gonna keep it a band. I fought through it. My kid, therapy, and some liquor.
Hey, there it is, right there. Trilla, how about yourself?
I have to say, I'm still, I'm still going through my battles. You feel me? Like I'm going through a couple of them right now, but
Right.
all I do is I'll probably, if I feel like I'm getting to that point where I'm gonna crash out type shit,
Say
I'll, yeah, I'll call one of the bros or call one of y'all and I'll just vent out for real, for real. Like even if it even lead off a subject of what I was even originally talking about, at least I'm just like feeling comfortable to be able to talk to somebody. You feel me? Like even if it's with my girl, like I do the same thing with my girl. I talk to my girl all the time. So it's like I don't know.
like I just
It
cried
really
today.
be like,
I just cried today. Like it's like certain stuff. Like it's like God damn. And how long I'm about to keep dealing with this goddamn shit?
yeah, like shit really be
Yeah.
overwhelming. Like
I,
I ain't even get no sleep for real. Like for real, gang. Like I only got 1 hour of sleep last night.
like
No
I got
cap.
going over.
And I had to be up to be the court task, a whole lot of other shit. See my PO, all that
That's what
shit
I'm
this
saying.
morning.
Like you start.
So it was just like,
Imagine me not even remotely being in trouble until I was 20. What am I, 29? I was 28 at the time. I hadn't been in trouble, not even a speeding ticket until last year.
nah, I'm not even saying like as in trouble type wise. I'm just saying like already I don't really sleep like that during the nights. I just be up overthinking. Like I'm an insomniac type shit. So I just
But
be
it's
I
it's
just be up.
a different,
But I shut off of
right?
everything. Like even if a person can hit me up and be like, "Hey, what you doing up?" I'm not answering back. I'm not doing. I really be shut off to everybody. Like it could be broad daylight and motherfuckers hit me up. I really be shut off. Like I really right now it's like a really serious mental battle type shit. So all I
Oh,
do
so
is just
so
smoke,
you still
play
so you
my game, hear my music, and just
And
I go with the flow,
that's
but
understood.
and
ability is
meditate and shit. I
So you
accountability.
need
still work. So
to,
you
Accountability will keep you up.
yeah.
yeah,
So you still work. So you still working through yours.
yeah. I'm still working through mine. I need to go.
That's un,
I need to go grounding.
I feel you.
I need to go ground.
that's understandable.
I'm wondering,
TP.
like, damn, if I had did this differently or had I did X, Y, and Z. It's like it's not like you thinking about it, but subconsciously you think about that shit, and that shit will
Yeah.
drive you up the fucking wall. And
Or
Yeah,
what
TPG.
ways
How
to
about
get
how
you
about
out of the
yourself?
situation that you in already?
that's where that's a form of anxiety. That's why I say people will say they don't have anxiety, but that is a form of anxiety, and most people cannot. If you don't get diagnosed, you're not gonna know you have that. If you have that worry or that stressor or like, damn, could I, should the shoulda, coulda, woulda. If you have that, that's a form of anxiety.
Now TPG.
So look, I'm gonna be real. Okay. I deal with my forms of depression because I'm not gonna say I be flat out depressed because it's levels to it, and I have my moments. So
Yeah.
music, um, cannabis, um, I'm a very spiritual person. So like meditating, centering my thoughts, making sure I'm not overly thinking, and then making
Oh,
sure that I'm not like going into an energy where like I'm doubting myself or I'm down in myself,
because
making the situation worse.
once you
Yeah,
start
I've been
doing
going
that,
through the same
Yeah,
thing, God. So don't
you
feel
know what
like
I'm
you're alone
saying?
on that.
But honestly, y'all, like oddly, she said she just cried today. I feel that because shit, I'm a man and I stand on whatever. I'm not the toughest of the toughest, but you know what I'm saying. Can't no nigga in this world say they punked me or whatever, right? But
Anger. When I say it was pure anger, it was
shit,
like,
nigga.
damn, like can I? It's almost like can I catch a break, but not really.
But I feel that because that's where I was just at with it. Like shit, I dropped a couple tears today too. I done y'all on some G shit, nigga. I done cried, motherfucking, like 4 times in the past week, bro. The past 2 weeks, G shit. Why? Because of what Ali just said. Like, goddamn, like, and part of my language, but like, how much longer until it's time for me to receive all my blessings? How
Yeah.
much longer is it gonna take? How many life lessons do I have to go through before it's my time to start living?
Yeah, to just live a little bit. I ain't even asking to live like not live like I would have died some shit. I'm saying live like comfortably. I just want to be like maybe I don't want to have to be mindful of tomorrow. Like I just want to. Hey, yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit. I want to be able to say that. I want to be able to.
Honestly, I smoke a lot. I meditate. And honestly, I'm still battling through that shit. It's a daily battle. So how do I handle it? I don't know. I got my little shit that I do that keep me going, but I don't know. This shit is a daily battle, bro. So I just take this shit day by day, and
The
I
never
got
end.
too much on my shoulders to give up. You feel me? So shit, I don't know. I just fight through that shit, bro.
And God forbid somebody asks you what you thinking. You don't want to know that. I'd be wanting to say you don't want to know that shit.
Mhm.
You don't want to know.
How about you? Whenever you was going through your depression about having a kid at 16, all of that, how did you? If I could tell you done been through it, or you broke past that. How did you break past it?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mm.
Can everybody hear me? Okay. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Uh, when it came to my depression, even now, like I made it through, but there are ramifications still to it. Like I don't allow myself to get happy. I don't allow myself to get too happy.
Yes,
And the reason being is because
that's so.
the reason being I don't allow myself to get too happy is because I'm always waiting for that other shoe to drop. Even when
Oh,
even when there are things that are going on, I always allow myself to stay rooted. I don't allow myself to get too happy. I don't expect nothing. I don't set expectations for people, things, nothing. I always say, let me just experience them. And the reason being is because I had to change my perspective when I was fighting with my depression. You know what I mean? I had to look at it as, not, oh well, I'm 16 years old. What am I going to do? I had to look at it as this man is going to look to me for answers. So I have to be the one to give those answers to him. You know what I mean? Like I took it on my back, but that doesn't mean that when I take it off my back or when I lay down the sword that I don't have, I said it earlier when we was talking, me, you, and TPG, it's soldier syndrome,
So I suffer with that right
where
here.
you're constantly making it through the next fight. You're constantly making it through the next fight. You're constantly got your sword in your hand, and it's not like PTSD or nothing. It's just I got my sword in my hand, and the reason why I got my sword in my hand is because I'm like, I have to be ready. I have no choice but to be ready. When I'm on vacation, I got to be ready. When I'm doing things, I got
Called
to be ready.
survival
That's how.
mode.
Yeah, like that's how it was. Like so the ramifications from that is I got limited happiness. I got very limited happiness. I can imagine what I could be happy, but I got limited happiness because I feel like the world It didn't take nothing from me, but the world doesn't give me enough for me to be happy 100% over. The world gives me just enough to let me know that you're on the right track, but I never said that you was approaching your destination. It's just like if you drive from here to California.
Yeah.
That was my depression is like that. I know that I'm supposed to jump on 95, but nobody told me how long it's going to take for me to drive from here to California. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
like
Mhm.
that the destination. If the destination is happiness, I haven't found it yet, but I have found some rest stops along the way. If that's the best way I can put it.
Oh, I
And
like
that's the
that.
most
Well,
accurate portrayals of that shit that I can even articulate.
mine came with a purpose. Like, I think, like I said, when I was at that point when I was ready to end it all, like to see my daughters being born, and that's when perspective hit me on, if I don't, who will? So that gave me a purpose on, like, all right, cool. These kids didn't actually be, and I know I don't know if y'all grandparents always said that. That's what my grandparents always told me, y'all didn't ask to be here. Or these kids didn't ask to be here. My kids didn't ask to be here. So I got to make sure that their life is as smooth as it can be. So that helped me push through my depression, because if I don't, who will? If I don't make these kids' life as easy as possible, who gonna do it?
But
Because if I decide to leave here because of my emotions, I may be leaving my kids in the hellhole.
but that's the con of
That's
it.
facts.
If you
So
don't,
I can't do that. I can't do that to them, because, like I just said, but at the end of the day, when it comes to it, they didn't ask to be here. They didn't ask to join this hell of a world that we live in.
but if you don't allow
Y'all want to know something?
those feelings, that's what they take. If you don't allow yourself to go through those feelings, you're doing them a disservice. Like, how can I put this? Like, if you don't allow yourself to grieve, or to take a second to breathe, or take a second to find those happy moments, or rest stops. Let me say rest stops. If you don't take the time to find those rest stops, you're doing them a disservice. You're showing them the same thing you're going through, so they can feel like that shit okay, and it's not okay.
It's not okay, but at some point in time, you can't. To me, I can't think like that, because at the end of the day, I take a breather. Shit keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So with shit keep moving,
Whether
I gotta
you
go
hear
play.
it or not, shit keep moving.
I gotta go. But in life now, I can't sit and be like enjoy happy moments and stuff right there, because if I stop, shit keeps moving, and I gotta play catch up. I always gotta be in my mind. I always feel like I gotta be ahead of the situation, because if I stop and fall, then if I stop and fall, then the situation has caught up to me.
Yeah.
But if I go ahead and work ahead of that, then I can make a mistake.
But you gotta show them it's okay to have those moments. Like, you can be strong in those moments, but you have to be able to show that vulnerable part. Like, hey, it's not always gonna be okay. It's not always gonna be gumdrops and rainbows. You're not always gonna be strong enough to handle that.
I mean, I express that with mine. I express them like, hey, I let them know how life really is, and they can see that. They can see, hey, I see how Dad's working, how he going to bust his ass every day, so they understand that. I sit down and tell my children all the time, hey, I do what I do for this. I do what I do to make y'all happy, to make sure that y'all got what y'all need.
You hear what you're saying? You're doing what you're doing to make them happy, but you're not showing them. Don't like take my words like bullets.
I know exactly what you're about to say.
You're not showing them that you need to be, like, you yourself need to be okay to take care of others.
Like I said, that goes for different
That
folks.
matters.
But I understand. But in my head, I'm cool. As long as y'all fine, I'm good. I'm willing to go. I'm willing to run through the ocean. I'm willing to climb mountains and do what the hell I got to do. I'm willing to bet
Yeah, but at the
everything.
same token, what do you want us to do to climb through mountains and shit
Right,
like
right,
that to
right.
make you
If,
happy just
if
as
you
well?
can
If
show
we
them
here
what
for
you
you just
did,
as well.
but you're
If
not
you
showing,
don't reach out to
not
us,
showing them
you can't go through that turmoil by yourself, God.
you're not you're showing them what you did for them. And that's great. But you're not showing them, hey, even if I'm not here, if I'm not here, you need to be able to, hey, I need to worry. I at the in the grand scheme of things, you bury by yourself. I need to focus on me, my peace, my equilibrium, what I need to do for me.
Facts.
If what you do for you matters, it'll show in your kids.
The difference. I mean, I don't know. Different struggle, different folk. I'm happy as long as they're
I
happy.
feel like
I'm
what
happy
I
as
was
long as
trying to
they're happy,
say,
man.
brother, your feelings matter too. You being happy matters too.
But at the
Like
point going through
you can
with
get joy
depression,
from
and
making other people happy, but you gotta
it's
learn how to make yourself happy too. You feel me?
hey, there's nothing, and I understand that, and I do have happy moments. Don't get me wrong, I do have happy moments.
That's
But
not
growing up, not even growing up, all of the shit that I've been through in life, and I hate to say it like this, all of the shit that I've been through in life killed emotions. You feel me? Killed emotions. I can't feel no type of way because if I feel some type of way, then that shows weakness. I can't do that. So
but
everything that I've been through killed all of that.
and that's okay to say that's an issue.
It's a big issue, but hey, it is. But and then again, like we were saying the other night when we was talking, I have the point where it is.
It's not.
I got an attitude of it is what it
It's
is.
not though. You saying
It,
what it is? It's not though. It's not. It's not.
I gotta disagree
Only
with you.
listen. The
like
only
like
way to
like
heal. The only way to heal is to express those feelings when you feel them. Accept the fact that you feel how you feel, and then either time over time things will get a little more tolerable where you it doesn't bother you or trigger you as much, or you have to come to a place of acceptance and express those feelings and move on basically,
It's
so
not.
that
that's
So
these
how you
feelings
that's
supposed
what
to
don't have
express
that's
power
what
feelings
over
that
you.
you don't know
that's
how
what it
to
comes to.
express?
It is what it is. What it is.
Look, that
Whatever
is what it is. Mindset.
whatever happens, happens. It is
That
what it
is
is. Whatever
what,
happens, happens. I
and it
deal with
happens.
it and I keep it moving.
It's hindering. It's
I don't
hindering.
have time to sit. I don't have time to sit there and
You
dwell
have
and hold
to
on
make
and do all of
that
that stuff.
time.
I don't have time. I don't have time to do all of that. It happens. I
Time.
deal. I deal with it at the moment, and I keep it
You
moving.
have to make that time. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you because I ain't been through it. I'm telling you. You have to for the greater good of you, for the greater good of your children, because you and your children are. If you are not yourself that, how can you teach that to them? For them to be the adult you want them to be, they're still human beings at the end of the day. For you to instill that in them, you have to live that to show them that. And if you keep saying it is what it is what it's
That's
whatever,
how it.
they're gonna adapt to that, and you don't want that. You do not want them to adapt to it is what it is, because that's what our
Yeah.
parents did. You don't want them to adapt to that. You want them to adapt to I matter. I want to be here. I want
I'm
to
not.
be more than what my fucking pain is.
That's
But I'm
not what
not
he's
saying.
saying.
But I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. Like with the situation, it's just a thing of it. When the situation happens, like I said, it is what it is. I can't. What can I do about it?
A lot.
I'm gonna
It's
say it to
already
you
You
like
happened.
heal, brother. You heal. That's what you do. You heal.
And that
You heal.
that's why.
That's
And
it.
I'll
You
heal
move
along. I'll
on
heal
from
along
it.
the journey. I'll heal along the journey.
But your kids are on that journey with you.
I'm gonna say it to you like this, Sensei. I'm gonna say it to you like this. I won't sit here. I won't sit here and act like you don't need to heal. I won't even sit here and say that your process is flawed.
Right.
I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna say do what you need to do. Do what you need to do to get through the mission, but don't forget to assess the damage.
Yeah.
Don't forget to assess. Don't forget to self evaluate. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to stop
Right.
because only you. I think of all of us like cars.
Yeah.
Only you know the gas that goes in your car.
That's true.
You know what keeps you going. So with that being said, don't lose that part. But what I will say is this: make sure you assess your damages. That is a very crucial part. I won't sit here and tell you to stop. I won't sit here and tell you, go get help and all that because only you know how to deal with you. But I will say this: no matter how fast the car is, no matter how strong the car still has to be what? It still has to be tuned up. It still has to be assessed, and it still has to run through a diagnostic. You have to do a self-diagnostic in your mental state. You have to do a self-diagnostic in your mental state and repair those links. I won't tell you how long it's going to take. This is another journey, and repairing those mental bridges might be in California and you're in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's hard. It's a
It's gonna be a long ride, but I promise you, when you reach the destination, that's when you will truly appreciate why it took so long of a ride, why it took so long, but you have to before you can take that. Once again, before you can go to California in your car, you have to get your car looked at to see if it can go the distance, to make sure it can go, not to see if it can, to make sure it can go the distance. You have to stop and give it a diagnostic to show that it can go that distance. And if you can't make it, and another thing too, to anybody in the hood, to anybody that's watching this, understand if you cannot make it to California, please understand it is okay to stop
yeah.
and
Okay.
reassess. It is
It's
okay to stop and reassess your mental output, your mental aspects. It is okay to stop and reassess. Nobody says, I'm not saying stop completely, but I'm saying you have to pull over to get gas.
Yo, Journey
Let
is
that be your diagnostic. You have to pull over on the side of the road to check that map. Let that be your diagnostic time. I'm not saying get off of your road, but there's a reason why there are exits on the highway, and that is the reason why. Don't overlook the exits trying to make it to the destination, because the exits will make sure you make it to that destination. They're
okay.
just as important.
That's why.
Preach, my brother.
Hey, them rest stops. You might not be fully happy with them goddamn rest stops, but
Okay.
rest stops fucking matter. Them goddamn rest stops matter.
Damn sure do.
Hey y'all,
Next,
I
I
was
need
gonna
me a
say
few cents and
earlier,
shit.
right? So look, so y'all know how they say basically like, okay, whether you religious or not, they say that basically our lives are written in stone, right? Before we're even born, our life is mapped out, right? So I believe that we pick every life lesson and everything that we gonna go through in life is already set up and predetermined, right? So what does that mean? That mean that right now, while we going through whatever struggle that we going through, we don't know how the fuck we gonna make it through, right? Or
Final
just,
destination type shit.
you feel me? But at the same time, we've been in other struggles and been in that same frame of mind. Like, damn,
and push through.
we don't know how we gonna make it, but some way, somehow we made it through that shit.
We do.
So, you know, that's just a shout out to anybody else. And to us right here. We going through stuff and yeah, it's tough right now. But listen, you was already predetermined. You was already predestined to make it through anything that you going through, fam. It's just right now you going through it in real time. So start looking at this shit like a game. okay, this is my next mission so that I can level the fuck up. You feel me? This is another life lesson to make me stronger so I can keep going through this shit called life. And that's how we gotta start looking at life, bro. This shit is a video game, bro.
All right. Last question. So with depression, do y'all think depression is curable?
Yes.
For sure it is.
Tater Bear, go ahead.
Even though I'm going through what? Oh, go ahead.
Not situation depression.
No, it's not curable. It's not curable. It's not curable. The same way anxiety is not curable. The same way fear is not curable. At the end of the day, these are things that you got to live with, but they are the markers in your life that makes you choose to live. If these things are always looming around you, like think about it. Think about how many people are depressed around us, but we still seem to find a good day. Think about how many people are in pure agony right now, but we still seem to find a good, we still see the good to live on. It's not our struggles that define us. It is our perseverance. It's our perseverance.
Determination.
So right, our perseverance. So with that being said, I don't see depression as a curse. I don't see depression as something that need to be cured. I see depression as something that is there as a constant reminder that bad days are going to come. The worst, people always say the worst is yet to come. They always say that, but then they turn around in the same breath and tell you what the best is yet to come.
You're right. I promise.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So with that being said, depression is not here to be cured. It's here as a constant reminder to do its job. You don't get mad at death for people dying. No, you say that's a part of life. So why are we always trying to negative stigmatize depression when depression is not negative? It is a part of you. It is a part of you. Now, how big of a part of you is the golden factor. Right. If depression is your soul flowing engine, you're not going to get far. But if you can use, how many times have you paid your rent on time because you said, I'm not going back to living like this? How many times have you filled up your refrigerator or went grocery shopping because I'm not going back to being hungry? You know what I mean? Like those are persevering moments that shaped you. Now imagine if you had cured your depression, you wouldn't take those sad situations so heavily. You know why? Because you can just get your depression cured. You see what I'm saying?
Or you think it's
sometimes we don't need a cure. We need a deterrence, and let depression be a deterrence. Because deterrence will deter you from making stupid mistakes. I'm not going to spend my last 50 because I know how it feels to be broke.
Right. Once you live in it and like, hey, I'm going to learn from this shit and I'm going to just learn it and not try to go back there. That's it. That's the lesson. That's the lesson.
That's what I break off. That's why I get from that too. I use that. No, my answer was no, it's not curable. But like Tay said, it's a stepping stone because I use my depression as the focal point of where I'm not going back to. I was homeless and living all of that. Homeless, sleeping on people's couches, doing all of that. And I use that point in life right there to tell myself, I never ever sleep on the couch again. I try my best to never sleep on the couch again. I went nights when it was no food to eat out of. It was no food to eat. I always make sure I got food to eat now because why? I never want to live in that situation again.
Hey, I promise that I got fed today. She said I ain't got I'm built like her. Guess what? I'm eating though. I'm not fucking five.
I can't use. I use my depression as a stepping stone. And people say like that. I use that shit as the people who watch what's it, Juju Kaisen. Hey, that's my curse right there. That's my curse. It's beside me every step of the way because it pushes me to the next level.
I feel that that was hard. I like how you put that analogy.
So yeah, that's my curse right there. It's gonna rock with me to the end. It's gonna rock with me to the end, but I'm always use my curse as a stepping stone to push me to the next level.
Somebody asked me about some shit like that. Like, why do you choose to keep I want to say they asked me like, why do you choose to like keep remembering like all what you've been through? Like, why do you keep thinking about that? I said so I don't have to relive that shit. If I humble myself and think back to that, and I always keep it like kind of like tucked away, like where hey that situation similar. Maybe I don't need to go down that route. I can humble myself enough to not go back down that route.
But I don't want people to use their depression as a crutch. I don't
I got
like.
a
I don't.
question.
I don't. Go ahead.
I got a question. Why do y'all think that people with depression or people with depressed people give the great advice?
Because they've been through it. To me, I feel like they've been through it, so they can at least tell you like, all right, cool. This is how shit went for me.
Because they
I don't.
want you to advance in
I
life
think
too,
I think it's I
and
think
not learn,
uh,
not do the same mistakes they did.
I
Yeah.
honestly I think it's I won't say it's dark humor. What I will say, I think it's because like I said, I always say knowledge is power. And they'll say like a person that's been through the depression or like hell, it's worse shit than depression. Honest to God, it's worse mental instabilities than depression and anxiety. It's worse shit than that. Like, not to put her out there, I love her to death. But it's people that have bipolar, schizophrenia. It's people that have uncontrollable or like really some shit that they cannot help or they have to battle with this. Like, you know how people say there's always a situation worse than yours? People with depression is almost like that's like the first tier. I like to say that's like the first tier. Like, and they'll be able to tell you like, hey, you don't want none of that, so let's not do that, right? But then it's always somebody a step past a person with depression that has some other shit that you be looking at them like, damn. Like if I had that, I would not know how I'm gonna operate. So
Man,
it's almost like a humbling. It's almost like a humbling experience. Like if for real, if since we're talking about mental
I mean,
instability, go ahead.
but what you saying that right there, I don't feel like no. So let me ask you a question. What you saying that right there? Are you saying people shouldn't look at depression like they look at somebody who has schizophrenic, or I mean
I
who's schizophrenic or
I didn't.
or bipolar? And I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
Okay.
And you said you didn't say it. Is that what you're saying? Like, nah, they shouldn't look at
Oh no.
that
What I'm
depression's
saying.
lower than them, or
Oh, I'm saying there's levels to that shit, and even it don't matter which way you look at it. It's almost like, hey, I got depression, anxiety, right? But if you take that away, right, and you look at somebody that maybe has schizophrenia, bipolar, um, hell, Alzheimer's, where they wouldn't even fucking know who the fuck you were. Look at that. Like I like to learn from looking at other people, not just my own experiences, and that's how you gain knowledge. And even with looking with that, it's all of it kind of it becomes coinciding, like it all like kind of coincides. So a person that has a more severe mental instability than you can teach you some shit. It don't matter if they can even verbalize it, they're gonna teach you some shit.
And let me throw this out here too. Let me throw this out here too. For anybody, since we're talking about mental health, not just depression, please understand this. There's a big difference between self-loathing and depression. Self-loathing is when you choose not to get back up. Depression is when you cannot get back up right now. Joe, there's a difference between feeling sorry for yourself
Hey,
and actually going through something. Because I feel like it's a lot of people who claim, "Oh, I'm just depressed." No,
yeah,
you're not depressed. You're not applying yourself because
Correct.
you're upset about not getting the income or not getting the outcome that you wanted. You didn't put
And
nothing in, but you wanted the
you're
maximum
not putting
outcome.
no kind of
It
work.
does it does not work like that. And don't sit here and tell me that depression. Don't sit here and tell me that is depression. That's not depression. That's lunacy. And I'm gonna call it for exactly what it is. Self-loathing is lunacy at its finest. You
yes,
can't sit here and tell me that you want a better house, better car, better job, but you're not going to work. You're not getting up making no money. You're not getting up applying
Preach.
yourself. You can't sit here and tell me that you want a better husband, better wife, better spouse when you're not even applying and rectifying your shortcomings. It's a lot of
Correct.
things that people like to point out when they are self-loathing about how they are so victimized. You're not a victim. You are self-loathing. Depression is indiscriminate. Self-loathing is specific. And it's specific to the person that is loathing themselves. Depression is not specific. It will attack anybody at any time in any way it can. Depression is like fighting a bum in the street. It's going to get its
I'm
win by any means
a
necessary.
I'm crackhead and
It's
that
going to get its win by any means necessary. But a self-loathing person, I see and feel no type of remorse for you. Because if you have the opportunity to get your ass up and make something shake, make it shake. But if you are truly depressed, understand the only thing that you need to make shake is your motherfucking self. You got to shake yourself up. But when you are self-loathing, you need to shake your life up completely. Understand that. There is no level. There is no leveling when it comes to depression. But self-loathing is not depression. And I will continue to say this and I will back it up to the end.
and
Sensei, I'm sorry for jumping in like that. You go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll back your ass up with it. And that's
Well,
exactly what I was trying to say.
well, I mean, you
I
said it.
third.
You
I
said it
back,
right there. You,
I
you said
back,
it right there.
I back
So
that. I back the fuck out of that. I second that
yeah,
motion.
yeah.
I
Because
second.
we do got a lot of people who will sit there and I'm depressed and I'm this, that, and the third. You're not really depressed because you're not, like Brad just said, you're not trying to make shit move. You want gold sitting on your ass, and that's not gonna work, buddy.
It's not.
At all. At all.
Depression does not. Depression is not derived from shit you can do yourself.
Hmm.
It's not. It's not. Depression is derived from shit is out of your control, damn near.
So that being said, we about to drop a couple of gems and exit the building. We're gonna start with you.
Mm,
Cool.
We're gonna start with you. We're gonna start with you, Ida. Go ahead, drop a gem for us.
that's new. I like that. I like that.
Help is always needed.
That's
Help is always needed. It doesn't. The form of help is not always clear, but when you need help, do not be shy to say it.
All right, Trilogy.
what I could say is chin up, 10 toes down when you're going through these battles, man.
All right, from the God, let me hear from you.
All right, y'all. So look, I'm gonna keep it short and light. Listen, you made it this far, right? You made it this far through everything that you've been through, man. So it may seem hard right now, but again, like I said earlier, you are predestined to get through everything that you have went through and will go through. So, uh, you know, just stay strong. Make sure you keep your mental health straight. Um, and just keep fighting.
Hey man, it's your boy the Bear, man, Tater Bear. Just remember this: when you're depressed, it's okay to laugh, just like this. And I'm out.
All right. For the people who know, I'm not a big talker, as you can see tonight. But I'm gonna end on this note right here. To the people who's out there that's suffering through depression, you're not alone. Just know that. Find someone to talk to help release it off your chest to make you feel better. Because once you talk about it, you should feel a whole lot better. I think it's the first time on a podcast that somebody said that, but if you're feeling depressed and you need someone to talk to and you feel like you don't have nobody to talk to, inbox the page. Say, hey, can I talk to Sensei? I hit you up and then you can talk and spill freely. I shut my mouth and you can say what you got to say because I care and love about you. And it's okay not to be okay. With that being said, this is Kwame Sensei out and enjoy your night.